Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Thomas. We have team coverage tonight on breaking news as the Caldor Fire is forcing new evacuations. ABC 10 Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods is tracking the winds. But first, ABC 10's Luke Clary is live at Echo Summit.
Hi, Chris. Yes, I'm standing on Highway 50. This is just around the corner from Echo Summit, which is a new staging area. They've been moving further and further east with the spread of the fire previously at Sierra, at Tahoe. And I'll tell you, we had every intention of coming live from that location. We felt safe there. We were in a parking lot and a number of fire crews still there to provide defense when suddenly cell service went out. Cal Fire tells us that one of the cell towers burned down, and it's just an example of how quickly things are changing here on the ground. We saw a number of spot fires growing on both sides of Highway 50 on the way out of here, and we have been here following this fire as it spread along that corridor from earlier this week.
I know it's approaching, and now it's knocking on the door, so.
John Rice welcoming reinforcements at his Sierra at Tahoe resort as the winds pick up and the Caldor Fire rolls east toward the Tahoe Basin.
I'm a lot more encouraged today because I can see and touch and feel these resources. Instead of knowing they might come, they're here.
But with fire becoming visible in the distance, the staging area moving further east to Echo Summit, firefighting crews remain to provide defense. Closer to Strawberry, fighting fire with fire. And will this come all the way down, tie in with Highway 50?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Hand tools make quick work of the dry fuels crammed around the trunks of these dead and hazardous trees.
And then as it was coming down, we were coming up with it, snuffs it out before it hits it down.
Members of the U.S. Forest Service, we can actually see. Live on ABC 10, we watch Saturday night as the El Carrizo hotshots set this tactical burn to save the Strawberry General Store. And it looks like you were able to save all these structures on the north side.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, we did.
Seeing gusts of up to 35 miles per hour. Wednesday, we met CAL FIRE Public Information Officer Stephen Horner. Get out of here. A sudden wind change at the top.
Almost exactly the same thing. Now that wind is picking up and you see the smoky conditions. It's starting to get a little bit darker now.
And as the skies grow darker over Sierra at Tahoe, hope against the wind.
I hope the winds don't do what they're predicted to do, and we can try to keep this place around for winter.
And Chris, I have to tell you, having been here since Wednesday, we have seen things that we definitely hope not to see in the last few days. In particular, the last few hours, things have been changing really fast. It's hard not to feel like we are entering a new phase in the fight against the Caldor Fire.
So many firefighters doing their very best to try and save homes and property. Luke, we thank you for that live update. Mandatory evacuations have been ordered closer to Lake Tahoe. The area of Myers, you see it here on your screen, now in red. Everyone in the red being told to leave now. Officials are telling people to evacuate the area using eastbound Highway 50 into the state of Nevada. ABC 10's Van Tu is tracking this developing story. She is en route to Myers as we speak.
All right, at the 5 o'clock hour, we were west of Silver Lake at that vista point off Highway 88, giving you that northerly view of the Caldor Fire, that wind really picking up those columns of smoke. So we are actually making our way back now towards Myers, but making a stop here at Kirkwood, which is under mandatory evacuation under the Alamodora County Sheriff's Office. This area, Silver Lake, again under mandatory evacuation. You can see some folks heading out, law enforcement coming through here. Very smoky here. I also, I don't know if you can tell, but there is pretty sizable ash falling down here. Let me see if I can show you this. This is roughly how big they are. This is a piece of wood that has flown from I don't know how many miles. But again, we are going to make our way back to Myers, which is also under mandatory evacuation. And again, folks in that area are encouraged to take 50 towards Nevada because again, this other thoroughfare, Highway 88, the Carson Pass, is closed. Again, we will make our way over there and bring you the very latest.
Van, we thank you. New evacuation orders have just been issued in Amador County because of the Caldor Fire. They are south of Highway 88 along the Amador-El Dorado County line from Dufresne Road, east to the county line, and from the county line north to Highway 88. Monica, we just can't help thinking, we were warning of this, but it certainly does appear that things are coming to pass.
Right. Heat and wind direction didn't help at all for today. This is the perimeter of the Caldor Fire, and you can see some of the hot spots here indicated in red. That's where we've seen over the last 6 hours the biggest growth. So we'll first look at where Van was, just near Highway 88 here, and you can see the push here from the north to the south towards Highway 88. There's Kirkwood, just kind of a landmark that many of us know. Not as many hot spots up towards the north of that, but it is growing in that direction. Now, as we take our way north of that along Highway 50, we've been following the situation at Sierra Tahoe. Luke saying it just wasn't safe anymore to be there, and you can see why. Look at the amount of hot spots growing here towards Twin Bridges. Next up the hill, we're going to have Myers in that path, and of course South Lake Tahoe, and that's what all eyes are on right now. You can see here the Caldor Fire, again the perimeter in red. There's the wind flow pushing it along Highway 50. There's Myers, there's South Lake Tahoe. Now, why, if they're north of us, would that be a risk? It's a shift in our winds over the next 24 hours. All of that under a red flag warning for tomorrow and into Tuesday as well. Temperatures warm for today. We're looking at 100s through the valley, 90s for the foothills, a little cooler up top in the Sierra, but only because there was so much smoke up there. Winds are moving out of the west right now, but here's what we're expecting. And what I want to point out here is it won't be the winds around the fire, but within the fire. And then look what happens into our Tuesday. Look at these contours and how much they pick up. The speed will be stronger, the gusts will be stronger, and humidity dropping.
Want to show you a look at two different locations that we've been watching in the Caldor Fire. It has grown more than 4,000 acres overnight. And keep in mind, the fire has burned more than 156,000 acres so far. It is 19% contained and more than 600 structures have been destroyed. We have time-lapse video of the Caldor Fire at Lake Springs. Now, this was taken by a U.S. Forest Service camera over a 12-hour period, and just look at all that smoke that it's putting off. We also have a look at how big the Caldor Fire has gotten over the last 2 weeks. So the map on the left shows when the fire first exploded in size on Monday, August 16th. And the map on the right shows how big the fire is now, and it continues to grow. Meanwhile, the second largest fire in California history continues to grow as well. It's burned more than 764,000 acres and is 48% contained. This massive fire is burning across 5 counties. But we do have a bit of good news tonight. An evacuation warning has been lifted for east of Lake Almanor from Highway 147 at Old Han Road. Of course, stay with us for updates on air and online at abc10.com.